Buenas tardes, estimados alumnos, alumnas. Doy comienzo en este momento a la grabación de la clase del día de hoy, en la cual voy a hacer un recuento de lo que vimos con la sección 01, ya las primeras 7, 8 páginas, digamos, de este PowerPoint. También lo dejo de manera introductoria para la sección 02. También les quiero comentar que en la mañana estuve tomando speakings con otro profesor de la carrera y que después de eso comencé a tener problemas, digamos, con mi computador. Así que ese es el motivo por el cual no pude realizar las secciones que venían, eh, digamos en fila, ¿me entienden? Pero bueno, ahora voy a dejar este video, el cual va a dar cuenta más o menos de la situación con esta teoría del DX-bar theory. Bueno, sin más preámbulo, vamos a comenzar con la clase per se. Y voy a comenzar, digamos, vamos a cambiar entonces el switch al idioma 2, ¿ok? This is a DX-bar theory. And as you might remember, the X-bar theory is a theory that has to do with syntax. It has to do with category formation, yeah? And the X-bar theory has several claims, but one of the most important claims is that every single phrase in every single sentence in the mental grammar of all human languages brings in the same organization. So it says that the way we organize language, yeah, has to do with phrases and the way phrases make up sentences. So the key concept here is to understand what a phrase is from an X-bar perspective. And remember as well that this is also very important that this theory was developed first by Noam Chomsky and then developed by Ray Jekindorf. Yeah, this is a very important piece of information, right? So now to understand what a phrase is, yeah, I've tried to come up with nice and easy definition of a phrase. A phrase, guys, remember that now we're working on this theory, so everything that I'm going to say has to do with the X-bar theory. Yeah. So, for example, maybe we might encounter that sometimes some definitions may vary, but this is because these concepts are closely related to the X-bar theory. Yeah, we are not dealing with any other theory but the X-bar theory. So a phrase in the X-bar theory is a sequence of one or more words built around a lexical head. So here I've highlighted in red the key concepts that you have to bear in mind. For example, that a phrase can be either one word or more words, one or more words. And these words are always built around a lexical head. So for example, in the case of under the red chair, so for example here, we come across a prepositional phrase under the chair. That prepositional phrase, contains a preposition, which is the head. Under is the head of a phrase, according to this definition, because remember that these words are built around a lexical head. So in this prepositional phrase, yeah, it is a prepositional phrase because the head of this prepositional phrase, yeah, is under, which is a preposition. Okay, this is our first conclusion. Yeah, and for example, in the noun phrase, yeah, I sing heavy metal songs. In the NP, which is the element pronoun I, yeah, we've got I as my head, and you know that I is a pronoun, but remember that pronouns always refer to nouns. So in my NP, yeah, I is the head, which is a pronoun that in easy words referring to a noun. Hence, yeah, the noun phrase. This is very important, guys. So here in this noun phrase, we've got only one element, which is I, the pronoun I. Yeah. And remember that we say NP, a noun phrase, because in the X-bar theory, yeah, there is no room for a pronoun phrase. That does not exist. That's why we call it noun phrase. Despite that this is a pronoun, it is a noun phrase. So in this case we've got a single word, yeah, acting as a noun phrase, and here we've got 4 words, yeah, which make up the prepositional phrase. Okay. So sorry. So yeah, here you've got the very same explanation. So for example, in this case of this independent clause, I fell, in which there is a pronoun, which is my noun phrase here from an X-bar viewpoint, and then we've got the intransitive verb fail, which is my verb phrase, and fell being the head of a phrase, and I being the head of a noun phrase. As simple as that. So in the case of the sentence, yeah, I fell, period, which is an independent clause or a simple, simple sentence. Yeah, we've got what? We've got the pronoun I plus the intransitive verb fell. So I being the NP, and then having the verb phrase. So in easy words, yeah, my sentence, yeah, in this case the sentence is made up of the noun phrase I and the verb phrase fell. As simple as that. And in a diagram, guys, yeah, this is just for the sake of the exercise. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm going to make use of a thinner line this way. So here, yeah, we've got my sentence. Guys, this is very important, okay? Despite the fact that we haven't got to the slide in which we deal with this sort of diagramming, yeah, this is important for you to grasp the idea from the very scratch. So here we've got a sentence, and here we've got my NP, and here we've got my verb phrase. And then we've got the projection of the node this way, and here as well, because these elements are alone. Yeah, so just fell just one element, and I just one word. Okay, so in this word we projected the node this way, in which we've got the n, sorry, which is not the projection of the node. yeah, or the bar level. And then, sorry guys, this way. And then after the projection of the node, yeah, we've got the, sorry guys, I'm going to finish thing this way so that it looks very nice for you guys. In this case, yeah, this is a terminal node in which we encounter the noun, and here we encounter the verb. Yeah, the terminal node. And this is a constant. And here we've got the pronoun I, and here we've got the verb from. So this is the, yeah, I'm going to write a title for you, X-bar theory diagram for the sentence I fell. This way. Just 1 second, guys. Okay. So the X-bar theory diagram for the sentence I fell. Sorry, missed the. Okay, I fell. So I fell, in which we've got a sentence. Why the sentence? Because I fell stands alone. It is a sentence. Yeah, it is not a dependent clause. It is an independent clause. It is a sentence. So sentence and primary division between noun phrase and verb phrase. And remember as well, guys, don't forget to take notes that this is the most important and transcendental division between the two elements that make up a sentence. Yeah, from the X-bar theory viewpoints. Yeah, so every sentence, yeah, from the X-bar theory, from an X-bar theory analysis, is always divided into two entities. The sentence is always divided, is always split up into two independent things, not independent, but two different units. And these units are always, dear students, always, always the MP and the BP. So the sentence, guys, always has this division. There is no other division. And then after that, we encounter other units within. Yeah. The name of that phenomenon is known as recursion or recursiveness. Yeah. Probably if you look for further information on the internet, we might come across either recursion or recursiveness. So this is my diagram for I fell. Okay. So here, this is the phrase level. This is the bar level, which is the projection of the node that contains the head. And then we've got my terminal node that contains the element, which is projected from the phrase. So my verb phrase, and this is my head. This is the projection. I fell, period. Okay? Let's continue, guys. Essentials. Remember, guys, that all phrases in all languages are organized in the very same way. Yeah. So this is the most important premise in the X-bar theory. And remember that all phrases, all of them, 100% of them consist of a head and optional specifiers, complements, and actions. Guys, these are key concepts for you. So bear them in mind. Yeah. Ever since you've heard these three concepts, you have to keep them in your mind. Specifier, complements, and actions. Yeah. Specifiers and actions and the complements. Very, very important concepts. Sorry. So what's going on here? Remember that the X-bar theory, yeah, has been named after, yeah, as such, because the letter X stands for or represents or projects either of the elements below. So my X here, yeah, stands for or may stand for, yeah, a noun being an NP. So my XP now is my NP because we are dealing with noun phrases. In the second case, when the head is a verb, this is a verb phrase. When my X, which is the head, is a preposition, this is a PP, a prepositional phrase. And when my X is an adjective, this is an adjective phrase. And when the X is an adverb, this is an adverb phrase. Remember as well, guys, and this is a very important tip for you, that the only actions, yeah, the only elements that can act as actions, yeah, from this viewpoint are both adjectives and adverbs. Okay, and also a preposition. When we analyze a prepositional phrase as a unit, remember that in the previous classes we studied, yeah, the prepositional phrase being either an adjective or an adverbial. So remember that a prepositional phrase has a function within the sentence, which is either to be an adverb or to behave as an adverb or to behave as an adjective. Okay? So these elements, bear them in mind that they hypothetically work as actions within the sentence. So an agent, oh, we've heard that term before. Here we have it, actions. Anyway, let's move forward, guys. As I told you before, the sentence in the X-bar theory, what's going on with the sentence, yeah? The X-bar theory shows, yeah, a major distinction between the subject and its predicative part or predication, as shown below. So here, yeah, we've got a sentence, a noun phrase, and my verb phrase. Predication, guys, yeah, this is a little bit technical, but predication or the predicative part of the sentence is every single element that tells something about the subject. You know that the verb always says something. The verb always tells something about the subject, because the verb to exist needs, yeah, and a doer or a performer, yeah. So remember, and then we've got arguments, yeah, for objects here, sorry, for verbs, for example. And when we've got a transitive verb, we've got an object, yeah, which is a complement to the verb, but also refers to the subject as well. So this is predication. So in this case, my verb phrase is going to be always the verb phrase, yeah, always will be part of that predication. So in easy words, this is the subjectival portion of the sentence and the predicative, yeah, portion, yeah, attributive position, predicative position, yeah. For more information, guys, if you're interested in this topic, yeah, we attribution and predication. Yeah, this is a very interesting syntactic phenomenon. If you want to study it, okay, I invite you guys to just seek after more information about it. Yeah, attribution and predication. So in attributive position, the subjective portion of the sentence, and in predicative position, the verb phrase. Yeah, and remember, because this is something that always happens. It never varies. Never, never, and ever. All right? Continue, guys. What's recursion or recursiveness? This is a very, very interesting phenomenon. Yeah. Recursion, guys, explains the reason why some units are able to be within other units of the same kind, or units that, for syntactic reasons, must be next to one another. For example, here I've written 3 sentences. Yeah, 3. Here, this is not a sentence. Yeah, this is just a phrase. This is a noun phrase indeed. The cat of great fur on the corner under the stairs. It is a noun phrase. And this is the head of the phrase. But in number 1, there is a sentence. Yeah, this is a case of a complex sentence. Yeah, this is a complex sentence. And here we've got a simple sentence, yeah, which includes a direct object and an OC, yeah, and prepositional phrase, yeah. Okay, so to explain recursion, guys, I'm going to make use of the very first sentence here. So here we can see. Sorry, I'm going to explain, yeah, a little bit more deeply, you know, what recursion is. Yeah, recursion is the property of language. It is a property of the English language, the Spanish language, yeah, and so on, that allows for the embedding. Embedding means like incrustation, right? Of categories, which can yield infinitely long phrases. Yield means like to produce. So this phenomenon allows languages to produce infinite sentences. That's why Noam Chomsky in 1959 in the syntax theory, yeah, he says that by making use of very, very finite set of elements, we can create infinite sentences. For example, we've got 12 vowels in English, 8 diphthongs, 3 triptons, 28, around 24 and 28 consonants. And then when we put them together, we create words. And then we've got, I don't know, 200,000, 300,000 words in English. And then by combining them to one another, we can create infinite sentences. Yeah, myriads of sentences. And this is a very interesting idea that Noam Chomsky and company put forward. Very, very interesting phenomenon of recursion. Yeah, and recursion has to do with the X-bar theory, because when we carry out an X-bar theory analysis, we encounter such phenomenon all the time. Okay, just give me 1 second, dear students. Okay. Okay. So, for example, I'm going to explain the 3 examples so that you can understand what recursion is. For example, in sentence number 1, Pete thinks that he is a bad person. Yeah. So what do we have here? We've got that there is a clause here. There is an independent clause. And then, yeah, sorry, we've got a clause here, yeah, which contains a transitive verb whose direct object is here, that he is a bad person. But what happens here, which is a little bit odd or strange, is that after the conjunction, what we have here is another clause. So this is a very nice example of recursion. So you see, guys, a clause containing another clause. So the property of language that allows for the embedding of categories which can yield infinitely long phrases. Yeah. Pete thinks that he is a bad person. So we've got a clause inside or embedded here in another clause. So a clause within another clause. And this is recursion. Or for example, here we've got a noun phrase, determiner plus noun cats, and then what we have in here is, get this, of great fur, prepositional phrase, on the corner, prepositional phrase, under the stairs. So here you see that there is a noun phrase, yeah, from which, yeah, 3 prepositional phrases are released metaphorically, are released. So we've got a noun phrase here, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, and even we can continue adding more prepositional phrases. So this is a very interesting example of recursion as well. Yeah. Another example of recursion, for example, that old, weary, black, shabby, yeah, shabby barn, yeah, was torn down, whatever. So you see, guys, an adjective and then an adjective within another adjective and then another adjective and then another adjective. So this is recursion as well. That's recursion. This is recursion, guys. Recursion here in case number 2. I enjoy, but you enjoy what? I enjoy reading books at night. The question now is, you enjoy what? Because enjoy is a transitive verb, it implies the making use of a direct object. So recursion explains why some units lie within other units of the same kind. In this case, they are not of the same kind. Yeah, because of what? Because, yeah, reading here is a gerund and here enjoy is a verb. They're not of the same kind, but there is a syntactic reason to be next to each other. In this very case, hey, what on earth reading is doing there? Because reading, yeah, is a gerund. It is a verb indeed, but what on earth is doing there? Yeah, and the reason, because recursively, the transitive verb enjoy needs a direct object. That's why reading comes out of the blue. And now, yeah, because it's popped out, now we've got a direct object there. And recursion explains this phenomenon. And then, get this, I enjoy reading, but then this is my direct object. This is a very interesting phenomenon of recursion. Why, teacher? Pay attention. Here I have a subject, my transitive verb, and then I've got my direct object. Sorry, I'm going to take this out of the PowerPoint, yeah, for further analysis. This way, I enjoy reading books at night. So what do we have in here? Pay attention. We've got It's object, and then we've got a verb. We cannot say that enjoy reading this is the whole verbal thing, because that is completely incorrect. So here I've got my verb enjoy, and then I've got my direct object here. And then there is another noun, and then even there is a prepositional phrase. Wow. So what do we have in here? Hey guys, from a normal syntactic analysis, what we have here is the following thing. We've got a noun, so we've got a subject, and then we've got a transitive verb, and then we've got a direct object, and then we've got an OC, and then here we've got a prepositional phrase. You see? From an X-bar viewpoint, what do we have in here? We've got a noun phrase, I, and then we've got my verb phrase. Why, teacher? Because, as I said before, as this slide number 5 says, sentence equals NP plus BP. NP plus BP. Here, NP plus BP. But something is missing. Yeah? Regarding the MP, there is no problem, because we know that we got a pronoun I, which is my MP. But here, recursion takes place. Here, I'm going to explain the phenomenon of recursion. Because when we say BP, yeah, but the BP here, the BP, I enjoy reading books at night, only the BP contains a transitive verb, a direct object, an OC, and a PP. Interesting. So my BP, what's my BP here? My BP here is my verb plus reading, which is a direct object here. And remember that I've said many times that the direct object is always a nominal form. Because it is a nominal form, it is a noun phrase. And then we've got an OC here, books, which is another noun. So and then APP. So this is recursion, guys, in easy words. A verb that contains an NP and then another NP, noun phrase, and then a prepositional phrase. All right? Okay. This is recursion, guys. Okay, I'm going to repeat the concept again. What's recursion? The property of language that allows for the embedding of categories, which can yield to, it means to produce, yeah, infinitely long phrases. And remember again that recursion explains why some units lie within other units of the same kind, or units that, for syntactic reasons, must be next to another, for syntactic reasons. So what on earth book is doing there? Doing is the OC that completes the meaning of the sentence. And reading here, what on earth is reading doing there? Reading is the object that the verb enjoy, the transitive verb enjoyed, takes. And then we've got a prepositional phrase that in this case is referring to enjoy. Enjoy when at night. So it is an adverbial. It is an adjunct, absolutely. Absolutely. It is an adverbial. Let's move forward. So, recursion. Okay. Guys, yeah, I'm going to explain this slide later because you need more background to understand what we read here, okay? But the specifiers do not represent recursiveness. Yeah, no, but to understand what it means, we have to go back first to understand what a specifier is, what an adjunct is, and a complement is. Sorry, guys. So, okay, just 1 second. Guys, coming back to the concept of a head, how do we represent yeah the head is always x, and then that x stands for an NP when it is a noun phrase, a B when it is a verb phrase, a P when it is a prepositional phrase, or an adjective phrase, or an adverb phrase. But what is a head? What is a head? Yeah, guys, give me 30 seconds. I'll be back. I'm going to close a window. Okay. Okay, dear students, listen to me. What is a head? Yeah. For example, when we say, that's an NP, or oh yeah, that's a BP, or oh yeah, that's a PP, prepositional phrase. Yeah, some people write it this way. Sorry, this way. Or when we say, that's an adjective phrase or an adverb phrase. Yeah. Remember that the X represents what? The X can either be a noun or, well, I'm going to write or, and, or, verb, or a preposition, or an adverb, or an adjective. That's the value, okay? That's the value of X, okay? Okay. So X is going to be the token, okay, for being a noun or a verb, yeah, or yeah. So X is the token for token. I mean a symbol, yeah. Token will be the token, yeah, which will stand for N, a noun, or B, a preposition, adjective, or adverb. So my NP, noun phrase, what does it mean? It means that the N is the head, When we've got a BP, B, the verb, is the head. In a prepositional phrase, the preposition will be the head, and in an adjective phrase, the adjective is going to be the head, and in an adverb phrase, the head is going to be the adverb. Okay? But now the question, guys, is what on earth is a head. Remember, guys, that in a phrase from an X-bar viewpoint, yeah, a phrase, yeah, can be only one word or multiple words which are built around a lexical head, around a head. Okay, for example, in a prepositional phrase, yeah, in the very same example that I wrote before, under the old tree. Yeah, I'm going to add a fifth element. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements that make up the prepositional phrase. This prepositional phrase, under the old oak tree, in which under is the head, the head of the phrase. This prepositional phrase contains a head, which is under. I'm going to write another case, yeah, in an MP, yeah. The man under the bridge was blah, 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 blah. And remember that this is my NP, in which man is the head of the whole phrase. Okay, and so on and so on and so forth. Or for example, yeah, you went to the park, yeah, at midnight. Here, my BP, which is this portion of the sentence, went to the park at night. Went is the head of the verb phrase went to the park at midnight. So on, yeah. Or in an adjective phrase, like for example, yeah, he is a very cool person. Yeah, in the adjective phrase, this is the adjective phrase. Sorry. And on a little bit. Very cool. Very cool is my adjective phrase, in which cool is the head of the adjective phrase. Or for example, in the other phrase, I need to see him immediately. In which immediately, yeah, here we've got another phrase which contains only one element. Only one element. Yeah, immediately. This is my other phrase that contains only one word. Immediately, my other phrase. And immediately is the head on its own. Continue, guys. This is extremely important. I would say that this is one of the most important and paramount slides of this PowerPoint. This diagram. Dear students, this diagram contains the key for further parsing, yeah, from this, X-bar theory perspective. Yeah, this is the key to understand the whole thing. What do we have in here? We've got the diagram, yeah, for the X-bar theory analysis. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna try to pick it, copy, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this slide and paste this one. What do we have in here, guys? Just give me 1 second. Yeah. Remember that, yeah, in the X-bar theory analysis, there are 3 levels, yeah. there are three levels, not levels of analysis, but there are three levels. We've got first, yeah, the phrase level. Remember that I've said many times that the X stands for N for a noun verb, B for a verb phrase, adjective for an adjective phrase, ADB for another phrase, ADJ for adjective phrase, and PP for a prepositional phrase. And then we've got the bar level analysis, yeah, which constitutes only one level, yeah, and that level is here and is here. Because of what? Because of this. Because of this. And then this is the first level. This will be the second level. And then this will be the third level, which is the terminal node or the head level. Because here, yeah, we've got to the end of the node in which we've got the head, the element. For example, pay attention to this diagram. And now I'm going to show you an example of this. For example, pay attention to only the subjectival portion of the sentence. Yeah, DMP, the students of physics. Here, guys, the students of physics. And remember again that why, teacher? Because I've said many times that a sentence, yeah, remember the X bar theory analysis, a sentence, yeah, is made up of NP, which is a noun phrase, plus BP. And teacher, what about the other elements? Yeah, but you remember that there is a concept of recursion, but that's another story. Here we are here. Subject, sorry, sentence, NP plus BP, NP plus BP. And now here, guys, NP plus BP, the students of physics won the prize. The students of physics is my NP, my MP. And the BP is not here in the analysis, yeah? Won the prize. That's another story. This is just the analysis of this MP, okay? I'm going to do something interesting, guys. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to paste it here this way, yeah, for further, for comparison. I'm going to pick my, red marker. So in this MP, the students of physics, yeah, which is the example that comes from here, the students of physics won the prize. This is a sentence. This is a simple sentence that contains a transitive verb, and this is the object. And here, what do we have in here? We've got an MP, but that MP contains what? Contains a determiner, a noun, and there is a prepositional phrase. Interesting. So there is a determiner, a noun, and a prepositional phrase. Get this, guys. The students of physics. My phrase level here is my MP. So XP here, yeah, assumes that value. Okay, guys? You get my idea? Yeah. It takes that value. It assumes that value. So my XP, you know that X, yeah, is the token, the symbol, which represents the head. So here, you know that in this phrase, there is a head, which is the noun. And then, there we go. Pay attention to this thing. Specifier. Specifier. What is an specifier? An specifier is an item which specify the head. Remember that in the X-bar theory, there are only two possibilities for specifiers. Specifiers that specify the noun or specifiers that work as intensifiers, yeah, for adjective phrases like very, very cool, yeah, and so on and so on and so on. For example, too, yeah, so on, yeah, very cool, too tired, yeah, almost done, and so on and so on and so forth. So an specifier, guys, assumes the value or takes for granted, yeah, the value of a determiner. And determiners in English, yeah, are tiny elements that determine the noun. So in easy words, specifiers, yeah, are determiners or some intensifiers like very, almost, right, to, and so on. Yeah, we're not going to delve into this topic because it is a little bit complex to understand, but we are going to concentrate on determiners that, or sorry, specifiers that are related to nouns. And specifiers related to nouns are articles, the, demonstrative pronouns, that, this, quantifiers like very, a lot, much, some, and so on and so on and so forth. So coming back to the analysis, the question now is, what's the? The is an specifier because it is a determiner, yeah, that modifies the noun. So the diagram for the specifier, dear students, is this. That's what I told you before, that these PowerPoints, yeah, is not something to follow, you know, that follows a right order. This is the diagram, dear students. So please take note. So a diagram for specifiers is this one. Listen to me. There is no other diagram for the specifier in English. So please take notes about it. Yeah, try to draw it, try to jot it down, because this is the diagram. XP specifier X. That's the triadic drawing, way of drawing it. XP specifier X. So teacher, can you please provide an example of it? Yeah, sure. For example, in the phrase like wait, to change the color just a little bit, guys, this way, like these cars. In the phrase, these cars, these cars, yeah, the diagram is something like this. You see the diagram here? XP specifier and X. Remember that. That diagram is here. XP is specifier X. This is the diagram for specifier, or the specifier, or specifiers. In this case, these cars. The diagram is something like this. So in this case, these cars, that's not an XP, it is an MP, because cars is the head, and then the specifier, yeah, Here we're gonna write determiner, and here we're going to write the projection of the node. And sorry, my n with the projection. Yeah. Why the projection? Because it contains the head. Okay. I'm going to do it here, right? Sorry, guys. Sorry. These cars. I'm gonna do it again, guys, because yeah, there is no room for there, right? So here, I'm gonna P this way, right? Yeah, and then there we go. There we go, guys. Got here MP. Here we've got a determiner. What determiner? These. And then the projection of the node, which contains the head. All right. And then get this. These cars. This is an MP, right? This is my MP. These cars. These cars. Determiner and noun. Are there any actions here? Actions? No. Just we've got to the head. Very good. So before I forget, I'm going to write here these. Sorry. These, and then here these cars. Actions. These cars. Are there any adjectives or adverbs? No. Just the noun. All right. So just the noun. So the X, and then it means, you know, this, wait, this way. So there are no actions, okay? No complements, no actions. So this is my root here, here, and there. Very good. So the X, which is the N, alone, with no apostrophe. And then the head. And what's my head? Cars. Oh, very good. Sorry. Cars. And this is the diagram, the X-bar theory diagram for the phrase these cars. Okay. Now, guys, we are going to come back to this thing, the student of physics. The student of physics. The student of physics, guys, is the, sorry, the, oh, sorry, I lost the example here. It is the MP, which is the division between the MP and the BP. This is my MP, the student of physics. Okay, now I'm going to explain the diagram for you. Okay, pay attention to this. Yeah, so this is my XP, which is my MP here. So the student of physics. The students of physics. Okay, so the is a determiner affecting the noun, and then here there is a prepositional phrase. Oh gosh, this is my MP, as I taught you before, in which there is a determiner, my determiner, and then it is here, the. No biggie, and then continue, specifier, and then there is a next, which is the projection of the node. In this case, the projection of, sorry, the projection of the node or the projection of the heads is here. So the X here stands for this one. Okay? But then, guys, then there is a prepositional phrase. So how do we solve this problem? We're going to solve the problem this very way. What is an adjunct? An adjunct, wait, where is it? Where is the diagram for adjuncts? Here. Diagram for adjuncts. Diagram for adjuncts. An adjunct. So, yeah. So X bar, action. Or the other way around. Action here, X bar, and X bar here. So, remember the diagram. X bar, adjunct, X bar, X bar, X bar, adjunct. Get this. X bar, adjunct. Yeah, because of what? Because the prepositional phrase is going to be considered to be an adjunct here. Adjunct. Okay, so X bar, adjunct. X bar, adjunct. N bar or noun, head of a noun, adjunct. So in here, student is alone. Okay, so here we project the bar here up to here, head level, and then we've got the thing, period. The student, very good. But what are we going to do with the prepositional phrase? The prepositional phrase, and this is recursion at its highest, yeah, plenitude, or at its highest point, recursion. You know why? Because of this. The prepositional phrase, which is of physics, here, of physics, yeah, needs a projection. The projection of the PP, which is this one, okay? But then, dear students, then there is something very curious here. Of, which is the head of the prepositional phrase, here, this is my head, contains another MP. Why? Because physics is a noun. But remember that from the X-bar theory, nouns alone don't exist. There are noun phrases. So physics here is a noun phrase. So of physics is made up of a preposition of plus an MP. This is my MP. And I repeat again, why, teacher? Because in the X-bar theory, we cannot consider units alone. For example, oh, that's a noun. Yeah, but in this case, physics, yeah, it is a noun. But in this structure, yeah, it is not only a noun, it is a noun phrase. And why, teacher? Because I said at the beginning of the class that from an X-bar viewpoint, phrases are made up of one or more elements. one or more elements. So the students of physics, guys, okay, to continue with this, the students of physics, which is the MP, contains what? Get this. There is a determiner plus noun plus PP. Yeah. A determiner, good. Student, noun of physics, and PP. Yeah, sure. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, it is. It is absolutely correct. It is absolutely correct. But something happens here. Something, yeah, something more is going on. Yeah, the students of physics, in which there is a determiner and a noun, okay? Where, guys? Where? Here. There is a determiner, okay? Here, yeah, for the specifier, in which there is a noun phrase, a determiner, and the projection, which ends here, yeah? Sorry, here, yeah? This is the head, right? But then, guys, then there is a prepositional phrase. Get this, guys. The, which is my determiner, and then we've got a noun here, and then there is a prepositional phrase. But what's going on with that prepositional phrase, guys? Get this. Of physics. What's going on with this prepositional phrase? That prepositional phrase is made up of a preposition plus an MP. And what is that MP, dear teacher? That MP is just the noun physics. That's my MP. So we can conclude that prepositional phrase, determiner plus MP. This is the conclusion. So of physics is made up of that prepositional phrase, a determiner plus an NP of physics. So because here there is an NP, we have to break it down. We will have to break down the prepositional phrase because the analysis cannot stop here. Here. Yeah, sure. The MP, yeah, the student, and then the projection of the noun, the students, and then, sorry guys, yeah, the analysis won't end or cannot end here. Here. Sorry guys, I'm going to use another color. Yeah, we cannot do a diagram like this. Oh yeah, sure, this is my diagram. Then the MP, the students of physics, okay, a determiner and then a projection of the head, okay, and then the projection goes here till the noun, student, okay, and then a PP, which is of physics. Yeah, but what's going on with that PP of physics? We need further analysis. The prepositional phrase contains a preposition, which is the projection. But then, as I told you before, dear students, the PP is made up of a determiner plus an MP. Sorry. Not a determiner. Shame on me, guys. A preposition. Shame on me, guys. Correct that, please. Correct it. So the prepositional phrase here is made up of a preposition plus an MP. And this is the structure that governs this prepositional phrase. The prepositional phrase contains a head, which is the preposition of plus an MP, and the MP being just the noun physics. So we need further analysis. Okay, so let's continue with this. The PP is going to start by, the projection of the preposition here. And then we are going to make use of, get these guys, this thing, the complement. So guys, after the class, you will have to study from this PowerPoint what an specifier is, what an adjunct is, and what a complement is, right? So to understand this phenomenon, we are going to appeal to the diagram for complements. And the diagram for complements is this one. Why complement, teacher? Why the complement? Okay, because of this. What is a complement? A logical extension of the meaning of the head. So, complements have a close relation with the head and usually must occur adjacent to it. So in easy words, listen to me guys, because this is a little bit complex to understand. But why, are we gonna say that the MP in this case is a complement? And the answer is yes. Because of what? Because remember guys, what I told you at the beginning of the course, that guys, please open your eyes and try to grasp the essence, the meat of this idea. Remember guys, when I told you that a PP contains always, all PPs contain AOP. Remember when I told you guys, when we started the analysis of those prepositional phrases, I said many times that a preposition always takes a noun, because if a preposition does not take a noun, the sentence is not correct. It is a non-grammatical sentence. It is a non-grammatical phrase, because all prepositions take a noun. This is something that I stated at the beginning of this very course. So in easy words, the complement, you remember guys when I told you, yeah, I do remember that. I have a very good memory. Remember when I told you that complements are not optional? So complements must be in the sentence mandatorily, whereas actions, may be left out without affecting its meaning. I mean, its meaning or the meaning of the sentence. That's why, guys, I told you that every single detail that I have stated in this very course, you have to jot it down, or you had to before. Because every single piece of information is essential to try to, not to take apart, but to join this very puzzle, which is to understand the way syntax works. And this is the way it works. So when we say, guys, that all prepositional phrases take an OP, otherwise sentences cannot be grammatically correct, it means that an MP sorry, the MP of a PP is always a complement because it is essential. Otherwise, we would have such a thing. The student of won the prize. Does it make sense to you? No. The student of won the prize. Oh, does it make sense to you? Does that sentence make sense to you? The student of won the prize. The student of what? That's a complement. It is absolutely, mandatorily essential. So the student of physics. That's why this MP, which in fact is the OP of the proposition, the MP, this noun phrase, let's come back to the X-bar theory, is a complement. And because it is a complement, there is a rule for that. Rule for complements. This is the rule. Oh, what a complex rule, isn't it? No, it is not a complex thing. Projection of the head, and this is not the projection, this is the head itself and the complement. So get this. This is not, oh, what a difficult thing. No, pay attention. Projection of the head, complement. Where is it in the diagram? Okay. X bar, X complement. Where is it? Here. Where is it? Projection of the bar, X alone, and the complement. And what's the complement? The noun phrase physics. And because it is a noun phrase, because this is a noun phrase, we have to what? We have to come back to this. And here, yeah, if, if any specifier, but physics, the students of the physics, no, the student of physics. Without determiner, no specifier, so the XP projects just the X bar. In this case, the MP projects the N bar here. Any actions, any adverbs or adjectives? No. So, okay, so let's discard the adjunct. Yeah, so we got here the X, which is here, and then the head, which is physics. And this is the whole diagram for the very tiny and concise phrase, the students of physics. So let's recap this. We start the student of physics. This is my MP that comes from, the students of physics won the prize. So this is just my MP. But teacher, I have a question. There is an MP here, and there is another MP. Yeah, and that's recursion. So the embedding of categories of the same kind within another of the same kind. So an MP within another MP. So here, the students of physics, which is my MP, contains a second MP, which is physics. Right. So this MP, this one, stands for physics. And this MP stands for the student of physics. That's recursion. So here, the MP, the students, okay, determiner, just try to compare the two diagrams. My MP, sorry for the mess, but it deserves such analysis. Sorry for the mess, but it deserves it. This is my noun phrase because the X stands for, you know, the head. Yeah, noun phrase, which or whose head is a noun. And here we've got the determiner, which is this specifier, the, and then the MP needs a projection of the head here. Here, this is my head. The head is here, the noun. And then what's going on? Then there is a prepositional phrase that pops out. So, yeah, we need to split the path into two, the projection of the noun here, and because there is no other there is no other element, the head, sorry, the head, yeah, the projection of the head here stops here at the head level. Yeah, this is the projection of the head, and this is the head. This is the terminal node, nodo terminal, terminal node, students, okay? But then the student of physics. So what on earth are we gonna do with this prepositional phrase? Here, prepositional phrase. The prepositional phrase contains a preposition, which is the head. So we project the head here, this P, but then something curious. In that prepositional phrase, there is a preposition and there is an MP, physics. So we make use of the, you know, we make use of the diagram, yeah, X bar, yeah, head and complement. This is the way we read it. This is the head, this is the, sorry, this is the projection of the head, this is the head, and this is the complement. Here the same, pay attention. So this is the projection of the head. What's head? The preposition. So the preposition here, which is this one, and then we've got an MP, which is my complement. And the complement contains only one word, which is physics. So this is another phrase. So what happens with the phrase? We have to come back to here again. This is my phrase, my MP, no determiners. So we go down immediately, straight down here, yeah, which is the N. This N is this one. And then because there is no action, so we omit that and we stop here. The X, the N, and then the head, which is physics, the head of a noun phrase. Guys, I'm going to stop here. Okay, this is the end of today's class. I hope you have enjoyed it, guys. It's a very complex topic, so please, I invite you guys to study this, yeah, and be careful if you want to, you know, find any resource on the internet, because the internet sometimes lies and sometimes things are not that accurate. So please, if you have any question, just let me know. You can write at my email, or you can post your question on the Google Classroom wall. Okay, guys. And this class is for the 2 sections. Yeah, this is my final comment. This class is for the 2 sections. Okay, guys. See you on Friday, guys, and everybody is welcome to that class. Friday at 20 to 10. Friday. Okay. See you guys. Have a nice day.